All right, but we'll get to that. We actually have our first guest here. He's live in studio. This man has wrote a book called Schedule Your Success. He is, well, first and foremost, I have to find out a lot about this man, but I have read the book. And listen, I've read about 10 chapters of the book. I'm a very busy person, but I have a lot of questions to ask this man, and I'm very intrigued by this book. And he goes by the name of Mr. Paul D. Jones. What's going on with you, famo? I'm fine.
All right.
How's everything going on your side?
Everything is great. I have no complaints in life.
No complaints at all?
No complaints at all.
Right. So you are, as they say in the church, blessed and highly favored, correct?
Yeah, blessed and highly favored. There you go. I like it.
Yeah, I've been to church before, brother.
That's right.
All right, now, real quick. Speaking of church, and this is one of the things I kind of have to initially ask going into this book.
Right.
It seemed to have a very heavy Christian theme to the book.
That's right.
Is that just me, or you purposely did this, right?
That's on purpose, by design.
It's on purpose, by design. Now, I noticed quotes from the Bibles and things like that. What church did you go to?
I go to Speak the Word International Church in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Golden Valley, Minnesota.
I can't stand Minnesota.
Oh, man, you got to come in the cold.
I came in the cold. No, thank you. I cannot. Listen, I remember about Minnesota was I went out there I used to work for a company that was based in Minnesota.
Work?
Yeah, I was I didn't sell work. Actually, it was a real job. Because he looked at me like, work? Like, what kind of work were you doing in Minnesota? No, I was the editing chief of a website that was based in Minnesota, so they would fly me out for meetings and all types of stuff.
Right.
And I remember we had a Christmas or New Year's party.
Oh,
it was
you
a New
was
Year's
there the
party.
wrong time of the year.
And all I remember was getting out the car to put gas in the car
And froze.
and couldn't wait, literally, just to get back in the car. And I mean, I was freezing for like those little 3 minutes of being outside. I was like ridiculously.
Right. People don't understand the high in the wintertime may be -5 for the day. And that's your low.
Right.
It's like, what's the best you're going to get? -5. Tomorrow it'll be -10.
Right. Yeah, no, you can have Minnesota, brother. You can keep that. But, and the reason why I'm asking you what church and where it's from, because, I actually do attend church, believe it or not, there, Mr. Jones.
That's good.
And the church I attend is out here in Brooklyn. And some of your, I guess, the things that you talk about in the book kind of reminded me of things that my pastor preaches on, and his name is A.R. Bernard. He's from Christian Cultural Center out here. So I just wanted to know if he had.
Very well.
You know him very well.
He's been in our church.
He's been at your church,
yeah,
right? So I'm not off. I've heard some of that influence come through in your book.
Absolutely.
So there is some A.R. Bernard influence in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm not bugging. And black folks, this proves to you that I do read. Thank you.
Shout out to you for reading.
Yes. I mean, people didn't think I could do it, but
Prove them wrong.
somehow, some way.
Prove them wrong.
Right, I know how to open a book, and I do read. All right, what was your main drive behind writing this book, first and foremost?
The main drive was
Pull the mic just a little bit closer.
My main drive was simply people always were coming to me, with their ideas, what they wanted to do, or the minute they find you have $1 more than the next man, then they have a business plan or an idea, but they don't have the business plan. So.
Right.
I would just tell them, it's like, well, you got to schedule it. You got to write your plan down. You got to, if this is what you want your life to be. And after so many invites to dinners and lunches, you realize that people say, man, we meet with me for lunch just to go over some things.
Right.
Well, when you get so many invites to go out to eat, you realize you don't have time for your family. You don't have time to really do it. So
Right.
Good wise counsel said, man, you need to start writing books. You need to start doing this so you can go out and document and show people that, yes, you've had some success in life. No words, I'm not done or hit the point that I even want to be at or dream to be at yet. But because I've had some certain success in certain areas in life, people wanted to know how I've done it.
Right.
So to make it real, and I realized that I've always wanted people to guide and coach me. So I said, you know what, I'll write down at least the parts that I know, because I know what I know will help somebody else. So that's why Schedule for Success, I feel, is a real strong foundation for anyone's success for any area, if it's relationships, business, personal or finance. So
Right.
it's not just about finances.
Right.
About building-
Success comes in many forms.
Absolutely.
Right. And your book actually touches, on that topic when because one of the things that really caught me is, and I don't know if you know this, Brother Jones. I'm saying that to my church folks.
There you go.
After
There you
you
go.
after you know
Yeah.
somebody knows your pastor, you got to call them brother. It's just a
Yeah.
black thing if you don't realize that. All right. So but yeah, one of the things that caught me was, Street Disciplez Radio, this show that I do, is a very popular show. Now, as you can see, we broadcast out of a very humble location,
Right.
but within the past week or so, I mean, we've been featured on VH1 and Sister to Sister. In the past, we've been on Forbes
Right.
magazine and USA Today, and we've done everything, but
It's big to me.
right. But at the same point in time, it's a homemade product.
Right.
So I put a lot of hard work into it, and one of the things that threw me off was I wasn't taking care of my my physical. So I ended up being ran down and passed out. And one of the things that you touch on in this book is the importance of taking care of your health as well as your finances.
That's right.
Why was it important for you to add that? I mean, I know why, but why was it important
Yeah,
for you
well, it
to
was
add that?
important because literally, if you'd have saw me 2 years ago, I was almost 100 pounds heavier.
Right.
And I had to do something about it because people don't understand, when you see an obese person, and it's hard for them to just walk up the stairs. So
Right.
Having money, that wasn't a problem. But
Right.
being able to enjoy it, that was a problem. And you can look in the media and seeing so many people who just had a decent lifestyle, but they didn't have the health. So, and I have my 6-year-old son, and then he's, 3-4 years old. I made a decision that I wanted to really be a stronger mentor in his life. I wanted to be able to rip and run with him. So I
Right.
just said, you know what? And even my daughter is she's an awesome, 17-year-old girl.
Right.
But if I can't get out and run in the field because she's a competitive softball player, the girl is off the chain.
Right.
But
Okay,
if I
well, shout
can't-
out to her.
That's right. That's right.
Little girl playing
Yeah,
softball.
Alicia does her thing.
Right.
But if I can't get out and really enjoy it, then things ain't working. So in the book Schedule for Success, I just tell people, it's like you have to focus on scheduling good health. That means
Right.
scheduling what you eat, scheduling when you're going to exercise. So people don't schedule the time for that. They want to make money,
Right.
but they got to schedule time to make the money and schedule the time to be able to enjoy the money.
Right. Now, can females like schedule time to enjoy my money as well? Because I know some females that try to enjoy my money.
Females have mastered it. I'm sure that book's already written.
Right. Shout out to all the females who scheduled my success for me, as well as my bank account and everything else.
yeah.
Shout out to them. Yeah, grimy chicks. All right, but listen, it's a beautiful thing. The book is actually it's a very easy read, right? Where can they pick it up at?
They can get Schedule for Success at pauliejones.com, PAULYJONES.com. I
Okay.
tell them, skip the middleman. Now, you can get it any place that major books are sold, Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, etc. But, skip the middleman and go directly to the source, which is pauliejones.com, PAULYJONES.com. I'm also on Facebook, so facebook.com/Schedule for Success.
Okay, so it's pauliejones.com and then Facebook/ Schedule for Success.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Now, once again, is this your first book or no? Have you?
It's my
written-
second book.
This is your second
My
book.
first book is a book entitled Who Told You You Were Broke?
Who told you were broke?
Right, that's a deep one.
Well, yeah, because I can tell you plenty of people that told me I was broke. I done went to a club one time and I tripped
They wanna
because the
put
chick
you out,
wanted me
huh?
to buy a $15 drink. I said, whoa.
Right.
And I'm not going to name the explicits that she threw behind you broke. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not even going to go there with you, but,
She didn't know your heart.
she told me I was broke. My banker told me I was broke. I mean, I can go on.
Yeah, well, we got to go ahead and get rid of them.
We got to get rid of
Yeah,
them.
we got to get rid of them. But,
Now, what is this book about? Who told you you were broke?
well, Who Told You You Were Broke is really getting people to go to their core spiritual foundation.
Okay.
Because if you understand that all your hope is in the idea in you, if you, for instance, take the concept of how a horse trainer breaks a horse, they call it breaking his spirit.
Right.
So once
Exactly.
that horse's spirit is broken,
Now you can make it
then
do whatever
they
you
can-
want it to do.
There you go.
Exactly.
So because man's spirit, especially black man's spirit, if we look at it from a deeper perspective, has been broken by chains and bondages over the years. So therefore, they can't step out and do some of the things that was already in them from God for them to do. So therefore, we easily count ourselves off. We easily say we're broke. But you're not broke. It's just not in your budget right now.
Right.
And when you change your language from it's not in my budget, I'm broke to it's not in my budget right now, that means there's future hope. There's hope for achievement. So in the book Schedule for Success, there's a chapter talking about scheduling hope for future achievement.
Right.
So they work together.
Okay.
But if a person really just said, you know what, you just like you have this radio station now that we're on, if you didn't put it together, you wouldn't put it together to say, well, I'm putting it together because Paul Jones is going to come in here. You had a bigger vision.
Right. Because
you actually scheduled your vision, made it happen, here I am tonight. So your vision is already connected worldwide. And when if somebody ever tried to tell you it wasn't going to work, or you couldn't be on a bigger station, they were denying technology to grow.
Right.
Well, now with technology today, you can be as big as anybody else.
Yes, I'm living proof of that. I'm definitely living proof of that, Paul D. Jones.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I like using your middle initial. What does the D stand for, by the way? It just makes it sound so much,
Paul D. Jones.
it's fun, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Paul
Paul
D.
D. Jones. That's
D.
right.
Jones.
My
yeah.
middle name is
Now,
Devon.
keep it clean. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure.
Oh my goodness.
Keep it clean, Paul.
That's just for my wife, hey, baby.
Right. Don't let nothing else, make sure the D don't stand for Big Daddy or nothing like that.
Good Christian value. Right. Here we go. All right.
All right, so that's a beautiful thing. So your 2 books, and what has, I don't want to say credentials, but, what entitles you to write books about these types of topics? Because that's one of the things people always want to know.
That's a great question.
Right.
And it's a prerequisite that I would even have for anyone. I started working in the home business industry about 15, 16 years ago. And I made millions doing it.
Okay.
That's the main thing. So people started asking, no one ever asks you in the beginning or in the middle of you doing it because you're too busy working and you're on your grind.
Right.
But once you've done it and they can see the fruits of your labors, then they're like, man,
now they have
how'd you do
a million
this?
questions.
How'd you get the house? How'd you get the car? How'd you get all of this? And then you go and tell them, it's like, well, this is what I've done. So therefore, now today I run a company called JMG Net Worth, and I show people how to work from home to do exactly what I did. So I'm the living proof that say, hey, you know what? When most people say can't be done, I know people who work with us in JMG Net Worth will create wealth, make money, and have the freedom that they desire in life.
I'm trying to work from home.
There you go. Come work with me. We got your back.
Right.
So but
Write that site down.
From there, we really show people the values of taxes, the values of understanding their credit, the values of understanding the daily budget, the values of understanding how to pay off debt. Because most people are making payment arrangements when they should be getting rid of the debt, because you can't create wealth with debt.
Right. Now, speaking of that, you should tell that to somebody that you brought here today, because she's already in debt. She owes me $4, but that's a whole other story. You teach her about making payment arrangements because
it's love. We're going to comp her credit to her.
Yeah, because something's going on there. Like, I don't pay for light and gas in there. All right, but that's a beautiful thing. So you're living proof.
Yes.
It's not this. You're not standing on a soapbox.
Right.
Basically preaching like this is what you should be doing. Meanwhile, because that's what we are today
I'm saying
as
this
a people.
is what I've done.
Right.
And it was because of not being able to take time away from what I've done. That's my day-to-day right now running JMG Net Worth. I'm the president and CEO of that company. We have a marketing company in the Twin Cities, so we market for other companies, et cetera also. But my main gusto is JMG Net Worth.
Okay.
At the same time, people say, hey, you know what? Document everything. So because I'm good at documenting what I'm doing, I do that. I put the spiritual foundation behind it because I tell people, God first, now make as much money as you want.
Right.
Where a lot of people say that you can't mix the two, where I'm saying, well, I can't not mix the two because God gifted me to be an entrepreneur.
Right.
There's a lot of individuals who are locked up because they were entrepreneurs, but they didn't have the spiritual
use it the
foundation
wrong
to
way.
go act on it, so they use it the wrong way.
Right.
So today, I'm that same type of mindset, but because I have a different set of core values, now my integrity is at another level. My faith is at another level, and I'm serious about anybody. So it's not a matter of people coming in, saying, oh, you got to be this and that and super religious. I'm just saying, hey, if you want more out of life, we can show you how to get more out of life. So in the book Schedule for Success, I actually tell people how to schedule themselves in their schedules like a treasure map or a
Right.
road map to their success. So
Right.
anyone who really wants better relationships, they'll get the book Schedule for Success. They want better health, they'll get the book Schedule for Success. They want to make more money, they'll get the book
Hell,
Schedule
if
for
you want to
Success.
make a better grid at home,
Yeah.
you'll go get the book.
Schedule for
Yeah,
Success.
Success.
right. Go get the goddamn book, Schedule for Success.
That's right.
You want some better flip flops to walk around the house in?
Get the book Schedule
Right.
for Success.
Exactly. So shout out to to all the people at home who actually purchased the book. It's a very easy read. I recommend it. I'm you know what, I'm a kind of a finicky reader because I like reading those type of books. I like to call them self-help books, but then not so much. I don't like reading ones that because at the end of the day, they every book tells you the same thing. Change your mindset, change your life.
Right.
Which is true, but it's only so many times different ways you can feed that horse. But your book is a little bit different because you're talking more about the importance of obviously scheduling and the importance of other aspects rather than just your business schedule. You're talking about your personal life, your spiritual life, and everything
Right,
else.
right.
So look, I'm definitely all on board for it. I'm running low on time because we have a whole bunch of guests coming and calling in today. So is there any last things you wanna promote?
Well, the main thing, I just want people to just go out and believe in themselves. If they get the book Schedule for Success, read it, then go
nice.
and act on your dreams, and don't listen to any hater or negative person, as we may say.
Right. Especially if you're on a social network. I hate those people that
Right.
seem like they write books on like Facebook or Twitter.
Nah,
Do you ever are you a part of the social media?
I am
Right.
very much so a part of it.
Do you know people write books like that on their status every day?
Yeah.
Right.
I kind of
But at least
check
you
in
you
a Popeye's chicken.
right. But at least you have some sort of credentials.
Right.
I see people at the chicken stand, giving me advice,
Right.
talking about how great my life's gonna be. Listen, Paul D. Jones, we have to get ready to get out of here, but I appreciate
It's
you
love.
stopping by Street
right.
Disciples Radio, and
All
we'll be
right.
right back. Sit tight with the president.